Hi, everybody. My name is Greg Borio, and I'm the Associate Director of Academics and Outreach at the Rich Center for Autism. And as we continue to promote awareness of autism, following the month of April in our efforts to support education and acceptance of individuals with autism spectrum disorder and other exceptionalities, I have the pleasure today to be joined by our 3 classroom supervisors to talk about some of the things that have been going on the past couple of months in dealing, certainly with these unprecedented times that we are all faced with. So I'm going to turn this over to them and allow them to introduce themselves to you.
Good morning. My name is Tia May, and I am the Rich Center Supervisor for the Early Childhood Department and the Primary Program at the center. I've been at the center since 2005, and I've held multiple positions. I was a teacher, I was a lead teacher, and then I was promoted to become a supervisor. Some of the other things that I do at the center, I help to manage the ODJFS licensing throughout the center and helping get those requirements together for our center.
Hi everyone, I'm Erica Campolito. I am the supervisor for the transition age students, which is high school. And I also supervise the program at YSU TOPS, which is a post-secondary program for individuals to attend the university with intellectual disabilities. I've been at the Rich Center since 2013. I also started as a classroom teacher, then became a lead, and then became a supervisor in 2016. And like I said, I do the transition age and report. I don't know, sorry.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brendan Considine. I'm a classroom supervisor for the intermediate and middle school classrooms here and departments at the Rich Center. I came to the Rich Center in 2006. I taught in the classroom for 3 years before I was promoted to supervisor. I also managed the technology for the Rich Center and the Autism Scholarship for the Rich Center, which is a voucher program to the state of Ohio since 2012.
Thank you. And as you can see, we have a mix of office and home today. So, that's kind of been part of our daily routines for quite some time now. I'm just starting to work back in office spaces intermittently here at the university, but still primarily working from home. So if we see little hands waving and things, hey, this is all acceptable. I think it's always acceptable, but certainly in these times, all of those formal components of so much, meeting structure, just kind of threw that out the window, because I know when I meet from home, there's dogs barking and a 3-year-old constantly asking me to play Play-Doh or something like that. So as we get rolling and just share with, our families of the Rich Center, our supporters, and the, Mahoning Valley, anybody who is tuned in and watching us, what's this process been like, from a classroom supervisor perspective? A lot of work has been taken on by each of you, by our teachers, by our families. Share a little bit about what this process has been like from your perspective.
If I could go first, I think from my perspective, first of all, I think everybody involved in having to change everything about the way we have school under certain circumstances. Every parent, every school administrator, every teacher, everyone with a child, the children themselves, has a lot of adjustments to do. And I don't think that it has really been like an easy adjustment for everyone. It's certainly been challenging, but certainly from my perspective, you're seeing all of those things. you're trying to do what works best for the teachers to be able to provide as much access and education to the students as possible. But then you're also looking at the parent and saying, how are they receiving that? Is there a better way to do that? And so, like, over the past couple of weeks, we've been working really hard to adjust and individualize those things, because I think that's actually what we do best at the Rich Center. We individualize instruction for children. And so, we've attempted to take our same approach with how we do things every day and apply it to this new paradigm of distance learning.
I agree, and I know it's been tough for our teachers to not be able to, be with our students, and so using technology like Zoom or any other of those platforms, Google, to be able to see the students and families has really helped. It's no substitute to being in the classroom, but being able to do that and setting up little videos and story times and all those things, in hopes to lighten the load for our parents. And of course, anytime we can see those kiddos' faces.
I can kind of speak to how difficult it's been for the teachers, just in regards of missing the students and wanting to see them, and just missing their faces every day. I know that's been very tough for a lot of our staff. I know one of my classrooms this weekend, I wasn't able to go with them, but I wanted to. They were actually, they contacted some of the parents and went around just to see the kids and wave at them from a distance, because they missed them so much. So just speaking to a little bit of the dedication of the staff and how much they actually love their students. I can also speak to how difficult it's just the change and everything, how difficult it's been for me to working from home with a toddler. He is constantly around, and sometimes it's difficult for me to have meetings and to answer emails because he wants to type with me, but just trying to figure out how to do that and be successful and making sure I'm meeting or making all of my meetings, and that's definitely been a challenge for me.
Yeah, these times have certainly called, all of us to adapt. Maybe think about things in ways that we've never thought about them before. And certainly, I know, being a part of this organization, being a part of the Rich Center for Autism, how much passion, how much dedication, and how much love is up and down these hallways and in these classrooms each and every day. So to think about everyone's efforts during these times and emulating that is certainly something quite remarkable. I don't have as many years at the Rich Center like the three individuals do, joining me here, but I'll tell you, as I approach 3 years this summer, that rapport, building rapport with our students, seeing the rapport between teachers and students and families, for me has been one of the most remarkable components of the Rich Center. So I'm not surprised, Tia, that teachers are showing up and waving from cars. And I'm not surprised that teachers are contacting, with struggles and concerns and how can I get better, because that's what we do. Just like each of you has suggested. Any particular highs and lows in this process? Tia, you're talking a little bit about the struggles from home. Any other highs and lows that you want to share with people? Hey, we're, successes here, or still working on, or struggles with this, and maybe some of that, the process of overcoming or dealing with those things.
I would say, from my perspective, it's been really heartening to see how quickly teachers and parents and students were willing to respond to the crisis and willing to get on board, and they get on their classroom Zooms and they get on their Google Classroom and they get working on things. And of course, it's always a work in progress, and we're always trying to adjust and make things as ideal as we can for everyone. But that was really heartening to realize that everyone really wants to be together, and we want our school to be strong, and whatever we have to do during the current situation is what people are willing to do. And so that has made it easier, and you come up with something and it might flop and you might need to do something else, but you get that response and people are open with you, and we do have that rapport with each other to be able to do that.
I would say not actually a low, but just teachers also trying to find a level of comfort in giving services over the internet or through technology. A lot of teachers have jumped on and it's been easy for them, but still, like, everyone's coming out of their comfort zone and they're, starting to do stories online, and we're doing circle time online, and those types of things. Like, it has been a struggle for everyone, but I feel that the comfortability is starting to really take place since we've been doing this for about 2 months now.
Well, the Wi-Fi at times has been a low. That's where I struggle sometimes, but I always try to get a story time up on our Rich Center Connect YouTube page once a week. I try, even though sometimes it takes 2 hours to upload. But I will say a couple of my classroom teachers have done a phenomenal job just jumping in head first, making YouTube videos to put on their Google Classroom channels. And like Tia said, that comfort zone thing, a lot of us don't like to see ourselves on video or hear our voices on video, but many of our teachers are putting that aside and really doing an excellent job, and have even talked about how when we're back in school full time, how can we still use Google Classroom to make that home school connection.
Yeah, I think that's certainly, from our roles, from administrative vantage points, looking for those positive components to build on. And I know we've talked so much about those things collectively as a group as we move forward. And even with our, partners in this, our behavior department, who we work so closely with and value their input and their time and their work alongside our teachers. We know the academics and the behavior supports and programming here at the Rich Center don't go individually in any way. We work very diligently to make sure those things are presented together, because we know that's going to be our optimal opportunities for success. So yeah, I think focusing on some of those positives moving forward, and excited to share some of those things. I think, longing to get back to that traditional Rich Center delivery. It's dark here at the school. It's not, it's strange. It's strange to not hear teachers and to hear students, or just those frequent connections and voices that you hear throughout the day, and certainly the faces that you see. So you guys know we've been working on this Painting the Valley Blue for Autism. It all started with the idea that our parent group, who comes to monthly parent meetings here at the Rich Center, wanted to paint that rock at Youngstown State University this year bright blue and just slap the Rich Center for Autism on it, take a picture, and have a party going back to the beginning of April there for World Autism Day. And we haven't been able to participate in those things, given the current circumstances. So promoting awareness. We've talked extensively, in our group about our teachers, our staff. We've talked about our families and our students. And then we've talked about the greater community at large, the Mahoning Valley, the Shenango Valley, and beyond. We know our supports come from so many places. Entering 25 years, the Rich Center for Autism would not exist without all of those components. As we continue to promote awareness, what messages do the three of you have in particular for those groups?
I can speak to how I feel like this center wouldn't function properly without the dedication and support of the staff that we have. Like, we've had people that have been there for years, decades even, people that have been there even before me, and they give their support and all of their time and efforts to those students. And they try to make sure they hit the milestones that they need to, and they work with them individually and get them to where they need to be. And I feel like it's the whole mindset of it takes a village to raise a child. So with the help of the parents, teachers are able to make those connections and really push forward the mission of the center.
And I can speak about the community. And as Tia said, it takes a village. Let's say it takes a valley. It takes our Mahoning Valley to, your contributions, dedication, helping with our fundraising, helping just spread that awareness across the valley and across the state. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the help of our community and the love of our community.
Ever since I came to the Ridge Center, I've been blown away by the dedication of the families of the students who attend here. I chose this school because families choose this school. No one gets assigned to the Ridge Center. They choose to be here, and they make the effort to get their children here every day and pick them up every day. Over the years, we've had students from 6 different counties in Ohio. We have students from Pennsylvania. We have people from all over choosing the Ridge Center as the education for their child. But, that entails a lot of sacrifice and hard work on the part of the families. They willingly participate in our events. They're good ambassadors for our program. I just can't say enough about how impressed I am with the families and their dedication to the success of their children at the Ridge Center.
Well, thank you, to the 3 of you for, joining me and being a part of this promotion of awareness. And to just kind of echo and conclude our discussion today, it's an absolute privilege to educate the children here at the Ridge Center for Autism. And I know that the 3 of you, I know that every member of our behavior department, I know every other administrator and every single teacher or support personnel in this building feels that. And like Brendan said, it's a huge choice, and it's a commitment from families to join us here to be able to provide education and other supportive services to their children, and we feel that. So as a key takeaway today, we miss everybody, we love everybody, we cannot wait until these halls are full again, until the lights are on, and get back to knowing what we do absolutely best. But in the meantime, connect with us, continue to connect with us, continue to grow. If anybody in our community has questions about what we're doing, don't hesitate to reach out. Anybody who has questions outside of our community who's just interested in the Ridge Center, come, contact us, check us out on Facebook, check out our website for specific contact information. Any other final comments from the 3 of you? Or is it time for our hand waves goodbye?
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys, and thank you, Greg.
Absolutely. Thank the 3 of you. Be well, stay safe, and stay healthy.